Okay, so today's video is going to be a request video that was given by one of my subscribers. So he asked how to take a basic brand design and kind of fancy it up so you can, you know, do more colors and make it a little bit more jazzy. So what I did was I took my name and I did it in the font that I wanted. I spaced the letters out, which in your font tab will be right here, character spacing. That's how you can kind of spread out the letters a bit. And then I'm going to just take this basic design and I'm going to jazz it up a bit, okay? I'm gonna make it so you can interchange the colors and all of that stuff, okay? So it's just real quick. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is, if you see right here, this circle is like one level, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to this star right here, and then we're gonna go to offset, okay? And if you see right there, that made the circle 2, okay? So it kind of gave a backing to the circle part. I'm gonna start from the outside and work my way in, okay? So this first part right here, I want to be on the very outside. All right, so I'm going to click on that and I'm going to turn that white. Okay, I'm going to turn that white, and then I'm going to right click it and I'm going to do bring to front. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this next circle, which should be behind your MTC, well, my MTC, and then I'm going to change that black. Okay, so first I changed the MTC white, and then I changed the next one behind it, which was the circle you started with. I changed that black, and now I'm going to take the offset. Okay, so I'm going to move that black to the side and I'm going to click on this outer offset and I'm going to change that green. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to move this black back into its place. All right. So there that is. I just changed that. Now, say for instance, if I decided that I want to change the green also to another color. So the green part, I want there to be another color behind that one. I'll click the green part, which it'll show you up here what color you're messing with. I'm going to go over here to the offset again. And then I'm going to click offset. Okay. So now you see there's a whole nother layer, right? So what I'm going to do is, since you clicked offset, the part that's selected is the offset that you just did. Okay. So you're going to go over here to here. Okay. And now just turn that pink. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers now. We're going to change the mini tings to, let's just say we're going to turn that black. Okay. All right, so we're going to turn that black. Okay, so we just turned that black. Now, say for instance, if I want to take that font and I want to add an offset to it, which is basically the same thing I did with this. I go back over to the star, as you see here, and then I will go to offset. Okay, now, if you see, the offset is bigger than I would prefer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this little part that says distance, and I'm going to go down. Okay, as I click it, it kind of gets closer and closer to the design. Okay, so I want it to be okay, so I wanted it to get closer and closer to the actual words. I don't want the offset to be too much. So now I'm going to, as you see, I was clicking right here. Okay, so then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to color that green. Okay, this really is just for the purposes of just showing you real quick. So, because I really don't like the green, but I'm gonna leave it just because I'm not gonna be a perfectionist about this right now. Okay, now I'm gonna show you something else too. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show you how to separate that to cut it by color. Okay, so it's really as simple as you want to take, say you just want to do the green. You're going to take the black off. So what I'm doing is just holding down the left click and just moving it. I want to get this pink out the way. Leave the green there. And then I'm going to move this black out the way. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all the greens. Of course, you also want to flip this horizontally, okay? So you're going to select this whole thing. Please excuse me, you guys. I am using one hand. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is group this. So I left clicked, drug all the way across it, and then I right clicked and then grouped it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is right click again and then flip horizontally. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and send that off to a cut. All right. Then I'm going to move this out the way because, okay, at this point, this is already cut. All right, now I want to cut my black. All right, I'll put the black over here. Then also left click and drag. Okay, so you're gonna left click and drag it. All right, so that's selected, right? Now the way you'll know it's selected is this little light box will be around the whole thing. All right. Now I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to flip it horizontally, okay? I'm going to go ahead and group that. Now I'm going to cut that, send it on its way, okay? Cut it, that's out. All right, now I want to do the white. All right, flip that horizontally, cut it, send it on its way, okay? Of course, you want to make sure everything is sized the way you want to. Make sure you measure out your shirt, measure out the space that you want it on. Don't be afraid to use your Silhouette Cameo mat. It has measurements on it, so you can stick the mat on top of the shirt and then, you know, gauge where on the mat you want it to be, even if you have to count those squares and then use those squares on the mat here. Okay, put your grid up, and then if it was 4 across and 3 down, then count on the mat 1 2 3 4 1 2 3, like that. Okay, all right, now I'm going to cut the pink one. It's a circle. You don't have to flip it horizontally. It's going to be the same regardless. Send it on, okay? Now, I'm going to show you one more thing before I go, okay? So hold tight. Go up here to the edit button and go to select all or deselect all. Okay, so we're going to do that. Go to select all, okay? So now what we're going to do is, okay, group means to put it all together, okay? It's going to be held in place. It's one thing now, okay? It's one thing, all right? Now, to ungroup is to separate it, okay? So you just separated it from each other, all right? So now, if you want to separate the black from the green, from the pink, whatever, that's how you do, okay? And then you can separate that, right? But say, for instance, if you want to change each one of these letters, right? Say you want to change and turn this pink, this blue, black, gray, whatever. You want to change that right there, right? You're going to right click and you're going to press release compound path. All right, so I just released the compound path, right? So once I did that, now if I want to change this M to blue, I can. All right, I want to change the I to, let's see, green, I can. So as you see, that's the basics of it. Those are the basics of changing your design around. You might have to play with it a little bit. If something is not moving or whatever the case is, undo it and go redo it. Sometimes the software is a little slow or whatever the case is and may not catch right away, but just go undo it and redo it. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you a general idea on how to build your own design and cut it. And you guys stay great. I'll be seeing you soon. Peace.